So as you saw in the title, we're doing a dry brined, spatchcocked big green egg turkey today for Thanksgiving. And so I got it all prepped last night. I'll bring you along for that and show you how I get this cook going. And maybe a couple of the side dishes along the way you'll get to see. This is absolutely going to be a fun cook. It's a little different presentation, and the reason I spatchcocked the bird was to get a little more even cooking because it's a 16-pound bird. So that being said, if you like this, I hope you go down in the About section, check out all the links that I've left for you. My Facebook page where you can go say hi, ask any questions, post pictures, do whatever you'd like. I've also got my Zaycon Foods link where you can go and sign up for free, and then they'll notify you of an event in your area where you can shop for discounted top quality meats in bulk. So they have the best applewood smoked boneless hams. Check those out. Okay, so also you can shop Wild Tree. I've got my link down there, and you can see this brine, see what's in it. I read it off, but you can also get some free recipes over there. So there you go. Let's go do a big green egg turkey. Come on. I've got my turkey all thawed out. Actually, this was a fresh turkey, but if you were gonna have a frozen turkey, you'd want to start thawing about 3 to 4 days before, depending on the size of the bird, in the refrigerator. I find this interesting. The wingtips are gone, which I like to cut those off and use them in the soup. It makes the broth so much better. So I decided for this bird, go ahead, as I said, and spatchcock it, and we're going to do it on the green egg. It'll lessen the cooking time for us. It'll be a more even surface. So hopefully it does exactly what I want. This is the first time I've done a spatchcocked turkey on the green egg. So we're going to turn him or her over. And I just like to pat it dry. It's a little easier to handle. And I've bleached my countertop, bleach washed it, and I'll do it again when I'm done just in case anything touches. Got to be really clean when you're handling poultry. And so what I'm going to do is figure out where the backbone is, and you're taking that whole backbone out. And let me tell you this, I've spatchcocked turkeys before and done them in the oven. When you do this part for the soup or the gravy, the giblet gravy, and that's what I'm going to do, you have more meat in your gravy, it makes a fantastic gravy. So, or you save it, put it back in, put it in the freezer, and save it for soup stock. To me, there's nothing better than turkey stock. So you just really get yourself some really sharp, I haven't ever found kitchen shears that were sharp enough for this. And I get frustrated when you're trying to do your job and you can't because your equipment isn't working. This is even, kind of tricky. Some people can do this with a knife. I haven't found that to be the easiest thing. So you're just going to go along each side of that backbone and get it out. So I'll bring you back when I get this backbone out, and I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see, I've got the backbone out, and that was a chore. These bones are way tougher than a chicken. So, but look at that. That's a nice, it's got the little medallions right there. This is awesome. And some of the neck is right there. So I've got over here on this plate, I've got the tail, the giblets, the gizzard and the heart, and it doesn't feel like there's a liver. Oh yeah, a little bit of liver. The neck, and then we're gonna also cook down this, and I'll cut it in half to do that, and we'll just set that aside. And now what we want to do is flatten this out a little bit because it's going to go on the grill, and we want it flatter than it is. So you have to break that breastbone right there, and it's pretty easy because of the weight of the bird. It kind of does it itself. And I'd go ahead and get in here and clean up some of that inside if you don't like what you see. This would normally be hidden and you wouldn't see it, but so we've got that breastbone. We're just going to kind of cut through that cartilage a little bit so we can really flatten this out. And I think that's good. We are good to go. We'll flip this over. We're going to brine this overnight, got some more cleanup to do here. I'm going to brine it overnight in a wild tree brine, which I'm anxious to taste it. I have not tasted it, and it's going to make my job really easy. Even though a brine is super easy to do, this will be even easier. So I'll bring you back when we're getting ready to put her in the brine. Yeah, I'm excited for this. This is going to be really easy. Instead of having to find a vehicle to submerge this in a brine, it is a dry brine, and I didn't know that. This is all organic, so all the ingredients that I'm going to read off to you are organic. So it's fast and flavorful. Let's see. I've got ingredients list is sea salt, cane juice, evaporated cane juice, organic thyme, everything's organic. Sage, rosemary, bay leaf, garlic, fennel, black pepper, red pepper, coriander, lemon juice powder, lemon juice concentrate. So that's what's in here. It sounds delicious. It's a healthy, organic product. So you can go over to my website if you're interested in doing this for maybe your next holiday turkey. I'm just going to open it. It says to rub down your bird with this mixture and wrap it in plastic wrap and leave it in the refrigerator for 8 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and put a glove on for this one. I just don't want all that goo under my nails and everything. It makes it a little bit easier. So looks like there's plenty here. And I don't have to have the hassle and the mess that comes with a wet brine. Not that I mind it, but ooh, I can smell. Oh my gosh, that smells good. So this can stick to it. I might actually put a little oil on here. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on there, just so it'll stick a little bit better. Give her a massage. Why not? Because I'm probably going to do this anyways. She's going to get rinsed off tomorrow. It's got to go into the refrigerator for at least 8 hours. And then I'm also going to do the underside. So you're just basically putting this rub on. And I've got this nice pan that I had with a barbecue kit that it catches any excess, which is nice. And as you can see, you would probably be able to do, if you wanted to use this to brine chickens, you could probably do 4 or 5 chickens. I've already probably done enough to do 2. So I'm going to flip this over, do the other side, wrap it up. It's going in the refrigerator for overnight, and tomorrow, when we're getting ready to put it on that big green. So I've rinsed my turkey and patted it dry. It's draining here on some paper toweling. You try to get as much of that dry brine off. That's what the instructions said anyway. And so now we're going to add some moisture and some flavor, additional moisture and flavor. I made a butter compote here with fresh herbs. It's got parsley, fresh thyme, and fresh sage in here. And we're just going to cut this butter into coins and get it up under the skin, so it'll just melt down into that meat and become delicious. So I'm going to put gloves on for this because you have to get up under that skin with your fingernails. Ugh. Yeah. And we have guests that are going to be eating as well. So just being extra careful. And gloves make for easy cleanup. Washing your hands, shutting off cameras, you name it. Okay, so you can shape this more round. I really wasn't concerned with it, but you're just going to cut into pieces like that. Isn't that beautiful? It smells really good too. All those fresh herbs, and I didn't put rosemary in here because I felt like rosemary could take over, and I don't want anybody taking over the game. So get this all cut up, and we'll start putting it under the skin. And this was 1 stick of butter. Very simple to do. Just melt it in your microwave, chop up your fresh herbs, however you want to flavor it, and you're good to go. Roll it up in some. So you've got to get up under the skin here and pull the membrane that's connected to the breast meat without pushing through all the way through to poke a hole in your skin. because we're going to try to have really delicious skin. I'm not going to let it smoke to the point where the skin becomes rubbery, because that happens if you just smoke it outright. And the skin's really adhered to it, like more so than usual. And I'm also going to come up under this leg and thigh meat. Let's try to get some of that butter in there as well. So one more try over here. And we'll get up under there. Come on, Mr. Leggy. There we go. All right, I didn't poke any holes in there. Thank you. And all of this butter is going in. Just cram that in there however you can. And it will melt and become delicious and help baste that turkey from underneath the skin. It's going to look a little odd here at first, but that's all right. No worries. The big green egg will still enjoy cooking this down. Oh, I love cooking on the egg. So you just continue, get it all up underneath the skin, and as that melts down, it's going to help baste the meat from the inside. So we're going to let this come up to room temperature and get our grill started in about 15 minutes. Give it a good half hour to preheat, and we'll be taking you outside. I actually forgot. I was going to show you how I season this bird. So let me get her seasoned while we're here. And we're going to do a very simple salt and pepper, and I'm putting garlic infused olive oil, slathering the whole outside here. It'll help the skin get really crispy, add a little bit of flavor, and massage that in. Those thighs. All right, and then we're ready to season. And I'm just simply, I think turkey is so good by itself, and with that herb butter and the brine that we did, I think salt and pepper is going to be the ticket for this bird. So that's what we're doing, and then we'll get it out on the egg. My mouth is watering. Thanksgiving is my absolute favorite meal. I could have it every week. Not the whole big giant 3,000 calorie dinner, but you know, turkey and stuffing and giblet gravy. Whew, yeah. Okay, some pepper. And we'll be out at the grill. Okay, so I've filled my big green egg up with lump charcoal, and I've got 2 starter bricks in there getting started, and I've got the bottom vent all the way open, the screen shut. And then we'll leave this open until that burns off, and once they kind of catch, then I'll shut the lid with nothing over the hole that's up there. And then as soon as these coals are ready, we'll get that turkey on. It's going to be delicious. I'm also soaking some big chunks so they get a slow smoke. I don't want a lot of smoke on this turkey, but I want a little bit. So I've got our bird on the big green egg. I've got it up to 325. And I figure since I took the back out and you have the giblets and the neck and everything, this is probably a 14.5 to 15 pound bird now. And so we're going to temperature probe at the deepest part of the thigh, the breast meat, make sure that everything is done. Pull it off about 160 degrees because it will continue to cook after that. If I have to, I'll tent it, you know, if the outside wings get a little hot. I've got the center plate, feet up. And I have a drip pan in there with apple juice. And it's going to add some moisture to and maybe some aromatics, but I also have some drip pan under there for any of the... Oh, my turkey is done. I've got an internal temperature of 165 in the thigh. I'm going to take this off so we don't overcook anything else. And it only took 2.5 hours at between 325 and 350 the whole time. And it just looks beautiful. So I'm going to let this rest while I do my other side dishes, and then we'll show you the finished product. So guys, here's our leftover Thanksgiving dinner. I could not videotape last night. It was kind of chaotic and company, and it was just not what I was going to have on video, so, or couldn't do it. This is homemade cranberry sauce that I canned, and I've got my giblet gravy, mashed potatoes. Oh, this is like leftover heaven. And I've got turkey over here with some gravy on it, some stuffing. And this stuffing is phenomenal. Absolutely fabulous. Salad, and then spaghetti squash casserole that I do with dried fruit and potato chip topping. It's really, really good. So hopefully you guys all had the Thanksgiving that we had, and it was so very, very blessed. And I know that everybody's full, and we're ready to get on with the new holiday. Can't wait to see you next time for the next recipe, because I've got some delicious ideas for leftovers.